Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Montana Lifestyles Podcast, the art edition, as we're hanging out at the August Art Show in Great Falls, the Best of the West Show, Legends West Show, the Great Western Show. We love when art seasons are around. We love to see all of our friends and all of our fellow artists. And I'm really enjoying digging up some key people to do the first couple episodes of this, because there's some very unique art forms out here amongst us. And one that you don't hear a lot about is painting on silks. And our lovely friend Dawn here, I don't usually have people actually bring some of their artwork, but it's really difficult to explain what you're looking at here that makes it so different and unique. So give everyone a bit of a walkthrough, Dawn. What are we looking at here? What makes this?
So silk art is an ancient type of art from the Asian culture, and generally it's much looser, and you use a resist called gutta to outline every single area that you want to paint, so it doesn't just bleed all over. So that makes it a technically,
mask, right?
Yeah. And then you drop a very colorful dye, almost like your Easter egg dye, onto it, and it's very vivid, and it doesn't stop bleeding until it hits that resist. So I would describe it as watercolor on steroids.
Yeah, it sounds accurate.
Yeah, no erasing.
Well, you and I, we're talking a lot about details on how watercolor has a sharp bleed point, which I can see you used in like your mountain coverage there and some of the sky work and things. And your techniques allow you to work between these mediums and make things sharp, make things very soft. And the thing is, you're working on a piece right now. I love that you actually have something that you're working on in your booth where the clouds continually draw my attention because they look very accurate to a cloud, and yet you're working in such a medium that would be quite challenging to accomplish that look.
It's hard to learn how far it'll bleed. You even have to pay attention to like the humidity and moisture in the air and how quick things will dry. And then like getting soft edges. The good thing is that the resist comes in different colors. So if I use a clear resist, I can get a softer edge. But if I tend to use black a lot because non-traditionally compared to other silk artists, I tend to draw with it a lot, and it creates more value, and that has more of a graphic look to it. But like soft edges and stuff, you can recreate with like a clear Gouda and gives a much more natural effect to it.
It feels like your line of work is much more from the Asian culture, things of that nature, but it's also just not very well known in especially in a show like a Western show of sorts. But it's a very unique feel.
I think there's not very many people that dabble in silk painting because it is such an unforgiving media. And you struggle for that detail and realism that we all like. But me, I laid down the traditional media and have fought this for about 15 years.
I'm going to make you
like a teenage daughter, snarking back. But I did that because it was magic when I saw the surface, because it has almost its own light source.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen such a pearlescent or vibrant color. And so then I kind of became entranced with that and fought getting the detail. But I am a very detailed silk painter. And it's a frustration, but the color and the surface are worth it for me.
When did you first hear about it?
I heard about it maybe about 20 years ago. I am a teacher. I've been teaching about 28 years, and I teach Spanish, English, and art.
Well, thank you for your service.
It
sounds like a military thing, but seriously, teachers are incredibly important. So thank you for your service. That's awesome.
And of course, you have to take classes on your unemployment 3 months off in the summer on your own dollar. And so they were making me take a fabrics class, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not a fabrics artist. I am not doing this. But my teacher, it's the teacher, it's the person. And it was Jean Price, a local teacher at high school. And she was just such a warm, intriguing person. And I fell in love with her and then the class. And then she gave me this silk painting supplies in isolation of really knowing what silk painting was. And she said, just play with it. And that's kind of how it happened. And I came back and she's like, what are you doing with that? Because I was trying to draw with this goopy stuff. And she just laughed at me and said, you do you, Dawn. And
you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. So I didn't really learn from a silk artist.
Right.
I didn't know any other silk artists. I wasn't trained.
But
so I really learned in isolation.
You didn't know the rules. And when you don't know the rules, it lets you take it in directions that no one thinks about.
Right. Once you know the rules, they're meant to be broken.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Yeah, they're guidelines. They're suggestions that assist you in making things different. So that's lovely. So Dawn Sievers, by the time you folks see this video, unfortunately the show will be over. So I want to get everyone to go find your work. Where do they go? Do you do commissions? All the questions that everyone asks you. Let's answer some of those.
So I will be back again in March during Western Art Week.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a website at dawnlsievers.com. And Dawn Sievers on Facebook, and I have reels and different things that show the process, and my website also shows the process, and also has my contact information. I do have commissions, or I do complete commissions. I am backed up for a little bit, but if you were willing to wait.
That's wonderful, though. That's wonderful.
That's willing to wait, yeah, because I teach full time as well, and get those done, but you could reach me there.
Yep.
I also have work at the Shoto Art Gallery, and then I also have work at Paris Gibson.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we like Paris Gibson.
Yeah.
And where's home for you?
Home, I am in Vaughan, Montana, and I teach in Power,
Oh,
Montana.
very cool. Very cool. Well, Dawn, thank you so very much. I deeply appreciate it. I'm loving finding those really interesting styles, and really, you have to have a good personality to sell your work, and you have a lovely personality, and it's we got to make sure to get Dawn on. So thank you so very much.
Yep.
Folks, we got a couple quick thank yous to say. So big thanks, of course, to Farron's Furniture, who has donated these lovely pieces of furniture for us to enjoy while we do these interviews. And so big thanks to them for working with us for the past couple of years. Also to Johnson Madison Lumber especially. They are our sponsor of the podcast. They've been with us since day one. They've been incredible. They believe in what we do, and we deeply appreciate them. If you need any kind of lumber or anything, if you're building anything, if you're a hobbyist, you're looking at doing the DIY, they can help you out. 300 years of combined experience to take care of you. And then to our very favorite people, Treasure State Lifestyles Montana magazine, the amazing magazine that looks at everything Montanan for Montanans, made by Montanans. And believe it or not, I'm one of the writers. I don't know how that happened. So I deeply appreciate everything that we get to do with Hope Good and her team. And you know what? We're blessed. And we want to make sure that this blessing goes to our artist friends and that we continue to grow our beautiful community that we have. So, more coming your way here on the podcast. We'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching. Bye.